Good morning, I'm Simon Hackney and today we're going to be painting on a 24 inch by 20 inch box canvas. I think we'll do a nice landscape, some description, maybe a lake, maybe a seascape. Don't know yet, it's normal, I haven't got anything planned out. It's in oils and I've prepared the canvas by giving it a coat of gesso, letting that dry and then giving it a coat of liquid white, so that when we put our oils on, they'll have a nice slick surface to work against. So I'd like to wish you all a happy new year, and let's get this one done and see what this year brings. With a 1 inch brush, we're going to go into some Prussian blue, and we'll start up here in the sky area using small crisscross strokes and give ourselves quite a random sky. So this is still with Prussian blue, and now I'm going to go into some phthalo blue just to change the flavour a little bit. Okay, like so. Now down along the horizon, I'm going to go into some alizarin crimson and just paint some crimson along the horizon line. I haven't washed the brush out, I'm just mixing it up a bit here, just to give us some different colour tones and one thing and another. Now with a 2 inch brush, I'm just going to blend this in together. Just blend that alizarin crimson up into the sky area, working from the horizon upwards. Okay. Okay, taking a fan brush, I think we'll add some clouds. So I'm going to go back into a touch of Prussian blue and just randomly, wherever I think, I'll just have a couple of cloudy things going on. Now I'm just using the edge, the actual edge, this edge, the skinny edge of the fan brush. And I'm just going to drop these clouds in here quite randomly, so I'm just sort of scumbling them in really. Maybe. A touch of dark sienna on these, I think. And also just a touch here and there of the alizarin crimson. Okay, I've got a round hog's hair brush here and I'm just going to blend just loosely. I'll try and keep this painting a bit that way actually. I think I'll keep it quite loose, quite Maybe a little more contemporary perhaps than I normally do. So I'm just going along the bottom edge here of these clouds that I've dropped in, and I'm blending the areas into the canvas, so there's no harsh edge on it. Now with my softening brush, I'm just going to lightly, in the direction that the actual sky is travelling, I painted the sky, I'm just going to fluff the tops of these clouds very gently here. Hardly any pressure on the brush on the tops of these clouds. There's a touch of pink. So I'm just mixing some alizarin crimson here into a pink colour. And then just here and there, I think, here and there, we'll just add a small highlight of some description. And the same down here. And again, I'm just dropping this in really at random. And then with the hogshead brush again, as we did before, just blend the bottom edge of that highlight into the cloud very gently, and I'm just using like a circular motion on this randomly, not being too precise with it. And once again, we're going to go back into the tops of these clouds and just very, very gently just flick up the highlights that I'll just put on, and that will fluff the top of these clouds and make them look more natural. I think along our horizon, or just above our horizon, we're going to have a land area of some description. So I'm going to go into some Van Dyke Brown, and here somewhere we'll start scrubbing in a bit of land of some description. Here we go, like so, remembering of course to take this around the corner. I think a lot of this is quite a gentle rolling hill actually. And again, I'm using Van Dyke Brown here, just darken it a little bit, make it more in keeping with the first one we put on. Like so. Using those same colours, we're going to put some sort of shadow area down here. And just run the brush lightly across horizontal strokes, so we've got some sort of reflection going on down there. Taking our knife, I'm just going to draw out some of the pink mixture that I made earlier and just get a little roll of the paint on the edge of the knife, like so. Just on this very tip there's a very fine roll of paint. And then finding where our horizon lives again, we're just going to draw a line across our horizon. Okay, and all I'm doing is drawing the knife across the canvas here. Try and keep it straight. Then we need some sort of beach, some sort of foreground area. So I think with a flat brush we're going to go into some yellow ochre, some burnt sienna or dark sienna, and paint some sort of beach area, maybe coming around here, meeting up with that somehow. Like the colour, it's good. Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, mixing those up with a little bit of phthalo blue, I think, and we'll have a rock, some sort of rocky outcrop here, I think. So just laying these on with a knife down to the foreground like so. Remembering, of course, it goes around the corner. Clean the knife on some paper towel and getting the blending brush, the softening brush. I'm just going to literally drag that down into the canvas here. Just drag it down. I will blend these out a bit more in a moment. Okay, I'll just put some random rock back in here. Just put a little bit of highlight on there just to give it a bit of shape, a bit of texture, so it's not flat. My apologies for the sound on this. The actual microphone on my camera gave up the ghost completely at this part, so I will be looking for a new one this week sometime. Okay, what I'm actually doing on here is I've got a small white roll of paint on the edge of the knife, and I'm just literally using the very edge, the sharp edge of the knife, just to put some very, very fine surf lines across the sea area coming down towards the beach. It's typical, isn't it, that something goes wrong on the first one of the new year, but hey ho, hopefully it can only get better from here on in. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you'll subscribe to the actual site and to my work, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. It's always nice to see people back here. We've got a few followers now, which is great. I hope we've all had good Christmases and a happy New Year. In a moment you'll see me using a brush to put some birds. I'm just putting a few birds up in the sky here. And what I'm actually using, I'm using the handle end of a paintbrush which I've sharpened in a pencil sharpener, and I just dip it in the paint and it gives you a nice controlled fine line rather than a brush stroke, so you've got a lot more control over it, particularly when you're working wet in wet. So I've literally just dipped the tip of the handle into some white paint, titanium white, and I'm putting some seagulls up here in the sky area, and it's a nice little tip for you. Hope it works for you. It certainly works for me. Okay, pretty much all we've got left to do on this one now is add our signature at the bottom, and we'll be calling this one done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really do. If you'd like to go and see my other paintings, you'll see on the titles at the end my website address, so please go to the website and have a look. And you'll also see my Facebook art page, and obviously there's a lot of stuff on there as well. If you go to the website, you can leave any comments there, and of course you can also leave comments here on YouTube. I'll put the links to the website and everything else in the blurb box below this, so just click on them and head on over and have a look. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for joining me, and until the next time, I'm Simon Hackney. Have a very, very, very happy New Year.